You've probably opened Google Maps hundreds of times, but did you know you can actually use Google Maps to make $300 to $500 every single day? I'm not talking about some weird hack or shady side hustle. I'm talking about a legit business. This is the same exact business that I used to make $26,000 last month in recurring revenue, just helping local business owners with this one simple automation. And at this point, I've also helped hundreds of people do the same thing, including Oliver, who just hit 50 active customers. You don't have to run ads for these businesses. You don't have to set up complicated SEO. As long as you know how to use a computer and follow directions, you're good to go. And I promise I don't have some course or high-ticket coaching program to sell you. I actually want to give away everything I've learned over the last 2 years completely for free. All I ask in return is you like the video and share it with a friend. So if you've been chasing side hustle after side hustle, trying to make money online and nothing sticking, and you want something real, simple, and repeatable, this is it. And one thing I want to mention before we dive in is that consumer trust is pretty much at an all-time low right now, right? People are inundated with ads and cold emails and texts and calls more than ever. And so 93% of consumers say that reviews affect their purchasing decision more than ads, more than websites, all that stuff. And so this is going to become a massive market. It's already a couple $1 billion industry, and it's just going to continue to grow as consumers rely more and more on these reviews, right? They're trying to find the best plumber in their area. They're trying to find their best water heater in their area. They're trying to find the best HVAC company in their area, and they want to make the right decision, right? Consumers nowadays are just scared that they're going to get scammed or that they're going to make a bad decision. And so these reviews are giving those business owners the social proof. And they're basically, a lot of these businesses have so many happy customers. They just suck at getting those customers to leave them a review. And so that's where we come in with an automated playbook. Boom, they get a bunch of reviews. They love us because now on Google, all their potential customers can see how happy their customers actually are. So at this point, you're probably like, that sounds great, but how the heck do I even provide this service, right? How do I even provide this automation? How do I even set clients up? How does all that work? And that's where HighLevel comes in. So HighLevel is going to take all the pain and expenses of hiring developers and building something from scratch and making all these decisions to build a platform to actually work and function and just get one customer supported. And they have already built a platform and spent millions, probably tens of millions of dollars on development to give us a platform that we can just put our logo on. And it works out of the box. You just have to figure out how to set up a couple of things. And when you sign up with my link down below in the description, you actually get a template of the exact process and automations and scripts and emails and all the stuff that I built out for my clients. You'll get all of that when you sign up with my affiliate link down below in the description. So you can just kind of plug and play, change out your name, change out your logo, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. And so what HighLevel is, it's basically, can consist all the software into one marketing automation platform. So you can capture your leads from websites through funnels, through forms, through calendar bookings. You can nurture them with automated text and emails. And then you can also, they have messaging and calling and all this stuff so you can close and have those analytics and stuff like that. And so they have this graph that's very famous about how they combine all the other softwares. So you can see right here, you can see all the other softwares that the business owners are paying for every single month. You can combine into just one little expense. So now the problem with this though is that it's really overwhelming for us to sell all these features to local business owners. So the approach that I've taken with it is I'm just going to take this one little piece, reputation management, and I'm going to be very focused and just sell reputation management. And you can, if you'd like to, and I've done it in the past and charged a lot more for it, you can get them in the door with reputation management, and then you can upsell them into the other features to kind of combine all their softwares in here and actually use HighLevel as a CRM. But for the most part, HighLevel is taking all the guesswork out of it. You don't have to. The great thing about HighLevel is you don't have to figure out how to build it. All you have to do is figure out how to use the tool that they make pretty user friendly, I'd say, for the most part, if you've used other softwares similar to it before. And you just have to figure out how to market and sell it, which is simple, not easy. And if you're hesitant and you don't think that business owners would want to pay you $200 a month to help get them more reviews, let me just show you this. If you see, do a simple search in our area, just Beach Bonfires 30A. It's kind of weird. Like we have I'm near a beach here, and people will pay $500, $1,000 just to go set up a bonfire on the beach for them and get the permit and all that stuff. And they can just sit there and eat and do stuff. All right. So 30A Blaze is actually my first client ever. They've been a client for almost 3 years now, and they've paid me anywhere from like $400 to $2,000 a month, just depending on going up and down with different services and stuff like that. But for the reviews, we've always been doing that, and they've got almost 900 reviews, so 898 reviews. They're ranking #1 organically for all their main keywords. So anywhere in their service area, people are typing in beach bonfire, they're ranking #1. And not only are they ranking number one, and this is how you can sell it to them, I want to make you the no-brainer option in your area. Everyone that sees your business on Google should know that you are far and above better than the competition, and they should choose you. So not only are these reviews, are we going to automate the process of requesting reviews to save you time, we're also going to make sure you rank higher on Google so more people see you. But lastly, we're going to make sure people choose you to make sure you're the no-brainer option in your area, because you can see they've got 700, 800 more reviews than the closest competitors, not to mention their perfect 5.0 star rating. And so you can see how when you tell business owners like this, like, hey, I know you're the best business in your area. Like, I know that. Hopefully they are. If they're not, you might have to change the pitch a little bit. But to them, like, yes, of course, I just want my business profile to reflect that. And so our job at Review Harvest, or whatever the name of your company is going to be or whatever, is to make sure that your Google business profile accurately reflects all your customers and how happy they are. And so that people will choose you when they look you up on Google because you look like the no-brainer option. And so that's what we're going to do, getting you more reviews. So how do we actually get these businesses reviews, right? First thing you need to do, you need to get an account to HighLevel. Feel free to sign up my link down below in the description. You'll get an extended 30-day trial. You'll get coaching calls with me. You'll get access to my community, snapshots, templates, all that sort of stuff. So if you're not doing that, what are you doing? You want to go ahead and click on create sub account, right? So you're in your agency view. This is separate from the sub account view. The agency view is kind of zoomed out. You can see all your clients under you. So you click on sub accounts, you click on create a sub account. And from there, you can just use a snapshot that you got emailed to you automatically, and it's actually in the community. But if you sign up my link, you'll get an email to invite to the community, and then you'll get access to this snapshot through the community. And then you can just click on select continue with my snapshot. What my snapshot is doing is basically I think I have like 15 automations in there already built out. These are very complex automations, built-in notifications, built-in tracking. Basically, there's a custom value key where we can change everything on how the sub account behaves, and I'll show you that later. But it's supposed to make it super, super easy to onboard a new user in 15 to 20 minutes without having to go into every single workflow or go into every single template and changing it every time you get a new customer, right? And so if you can't find their business on Google Maps, you can just add manually here. But let's say we find plumber local union. Perfect. And so I'm going to go ahead and add some dummy information here. This is creating the business details of the sub account. This is not adding them as a user. It's just creating the sub account. So let me add some dummy details. We'll go to the next step. After you've added your new client that said yes, after you add their information here, click on add to sub account, and it's going to take you to kind of the agency view of the sub account where you can manage particular things for it, right? So once this loads here, you can see you'll be able to add card on file to turn on SaaS and rebilling. This is basically where if they're incurring any expenses of like text and email expenses, you can add their card on file and you can just rebill those expenses to the client. That way you don't have to eat them, which is something I do recommend. And we go ahead and switch to the sub account. Now what we want to do is we want to basically, I'm going to show you kind of what you would walk them through on an onboarding call. There's 3 or 4 big things we need to happen on the onboarding call. Number one, they need to click on connect their Google Business Profile here. So tell them to click on Launchpad, click on connect their Google Business Profile. It's going to prompt them to just log in with their email that manages it. This is going to allow us to respond to their reviews, get their Google review link, post these reviews automatically, all that jazz. The second thing we need them to do is we need them to upload their previous customer list, right? So this is where you go to their CRM, you go to their booking system, you download their list of previous customers as a CSV file, and then you import it right here. This will allow us to do a review reactivation where we slowly reach out to all their previous customers. We get them a whole bunch of reviews up front so they love us and they know that we're doing a great job and they can trust us in the future and they'll be paying us for hopefully years to come, right? And then once you get this previous customer list, you want to find a way to automatically add their new customers. So what that's called is this integration, a CRM integration is what I normally call it. I've got plenty of other videos on my channel about how to do a CRM integration so that anytime they get a new customer, it's automatically added and they automatically get a review request. From there, what we want to do is we want to take them to marketing and we want them to connect their social media accounts. After they connect their social media accounts, we'll be able to click on just post reviews. We only want to post 5-star reviews. We'll be able to upload a couple photos. And now every time they get a 5-star review, we're automatically posting it to their social media with their logos, their photos, stuff like that. So they know that we're doing good work and they'll continue to pay us. Those are the main things that you need to get from them on an onboarding call. And after the onboarding call, you want to come to reputation. You want to come to settings, and you want to make sure you turn on AI review responses. So this means that every time they get a review, we'll automatically respond to all the reviews for them. And the cool thing is nowadays you can create separate agents for different sort of reviews, right? So we might want Taylor Saylor to respond to our 4- and 5-star reviews because she's optimistic and great. Whereas we might want gray space. These are just templates, but you can build something from scratch. We might want a more empathetic and solution-oriented AI agent to respond to the negative reviews. And so we'll just say we only let them respond to, let's say, 2 stars or below. And that way you'll get a good review response for every single review. And instead of kind of getting a generic boilerplate AI review response to every single review. And lastly, we're just going to navigate to settings. We're going to go to the custom values, and this is the brains of the operation, right? I've said this before, but basically this snapshot, I created it in a way where you'll be able to onboard a new user, a new business in hopefully 15 to 30 minutes just by changing some values here and tweaking some other stuff if needed. So what I mean by that is like, you can just say, if this is a recurring service, these customers are going to be added every single week. We don't want to follow up 3 times because then they're going to get touched 3 or 4 times every single week with a text and email requesting a review. And they're going to do that until they leave a review, right? And so, which that's another thing my snapshot does. That my snapshot is going to track whether or not they left a review. And if they have left a review, we're going to quit following up, right? If they're added again in the future. But when it comes to how many times to follow up, like, you don't want to follow up with somebody 3 times in 1 week, and then they're going to be added to the review request workflow again next week, right? So you might want to change that to 0 and stuff like that. But you can just change all the values here and you'll be good to go, and they'll be ready to start getting some reviews. When it comes to actually getting these customers, this probably is the trickiest part. It is totally doable, and I've actually now acquired over 300 customers in the past couple of years of me doing this. But it is tricky, and this is the reason most people quit, because they're not willing to do the volume and they're not willing to do the work required, right? A lot of the tech issues, a lot of the technical setup stuff, you can figure that stuff out. It takes time, but once you got it, you got it. When it comes to the marketing and the sales, it can be a little bit trickier to feel like you got it, right? It can feel a little bit trickier to consistently produce results. So this is the same blueprint that I followed to get my first 60, 70 customers. It's the same one I recommend all the time. Basically, you start with your local network. You start with the people that already know, like, and trust you. They're in your phone contacts, your Instagram followers, etc. And then from there, once you have some social proof, you start reaching out to your local area, right? So here's the scripts that I used. I literally used both these scripts to acquire clients. You just steal them and start using it. And like I said, once you have the proof from your network of people that already know, like, and trust you, and you've gotten some people results for free, now you can go use these results to get people in your local area to trust you. Because the number one thing you're trying to overcome in the beginning is that these business owners do not trust you. You've got no social proof. You've got no proof. You've got no results. And so we need to go get the proof for free and then use that proof to start trying to profit, right? And so one reason I still recommend reaching out to people locally when you're getting started after you've gotten your first couple customers is because just the fact that you can go see somebody face to face and that you live in the same area is going to build a lot of trust, right? Running ads locally to going nationally was one of the hardest transitions I've made because every single number that you're tracking goes down. Your show up rate, your close rate, these people don't trust you. They don't know you from anybody. And so it's a little bit harder to get these people's attention and get them to trust you and for them to give over their card and say, yes, I want reviews and you can charge me X amount of money. That can be very challenging. So this is a 3-step process that I used to get my first clients. Once you have some people in your area that you've reached out to locally, you've gotten some results from them, now use those local case studies and turn them into ads to kind of turn that on turbocharge. And if you think you live in a small area, the area I live in only had 15,000 year-round residents when I was running the ads. And I was still able to add 40 or 50 customers in about 2.5 months. So if you live in an area that's bigger than that, you'll be fine. I've also got loads of other videos on my channel about how to get more customers. One thing you need to take away is that you just need to be having lots of conversations. You need to be talking to lots of business owners. And if you're not talking to a business owner, ask them who they know. Just have as many conversations as possible to try and grow your network and get more opportunities to sell. And at this point in the video, you might be stoked. You might be like, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire. It's going to be amazing. I'll make some passive income. And I just want to reset expectations that this is hard. If it was easy, everybody would do it. I mean, this is hard. Like, just to elaborate, I haven't had a weekend where I haven't worked in probably 3 years. And I don't have a single day that I don't have guilt of not working because there's something that needs to be done, right? And so it's just entrepreneurship in general, but like, you're trading, if you are working a job right now or something, you're trading the 9 to 5 for a 24/7. Like, I promise you, like, you will constantly kind of be on. And there are people that are better at segmenting it than me, but I'm a pretty ambitious person by nature. And so I always want more and more and more. I want to grow the business and all that sort of stuff. And so it has been hard. I have sacrificed a lot. I've sacrificed hanging out with friends. I've sacrificed going out on weekends. I've sacrificed a lot of stuff. And I'm finally getting kind of to where, like, a little bit more chill, right? But I need to kind of get back in the grind if I want to grow, and just want to reset expectations, guys. Like, I've been on the end of watching these hype videos and then just getting disappointed because they don't tell you how hard it actually is, and just know that this is difficult. But if you're willing to stick to something for a couple years, like I just always compare it to college. Like, you can go to college for 4 years, accumulate $200,000 of student loans debt, and then barely be able to get a job or be able to get a good job to pay off that student loan debt at the end of the 4 years. So you just spent 4 years of your life accumulating a whole bunch of debt and not making progress towards really anything. I mean, you have that degree, but depending on the degree, it might not be valuable, right? If you were to spend 4 years as focused on college as you were this, if you weren't able to hit $10,000 per month in 4 years of 40 hours per week focused on this, like, you should be studied, because I promise it's pretty simple. It's simple, not easy. It's just going to take time. It's going to take reps. And so I just want to make sure to set those expectations properly. Like, I don't want you to think this is a get rich quick scheme or anything like that. If you've made it this far in the video, you're probably interested in taking the next step. And so HighLevel is pretty much required to make this business model work, right? So it allows you to white label it and actually automate the whole process for these business owners. And so normally, if you just go directly to HighLevel, you get a 14-day free trial, right? But if you sign up with my link down below in the description, you'll get an extended 30-day free trial. And then also you'll get access to this community. So in this community, there's over 650 people doing the same thing, helping each other out. You can see Balin just closed a 10K setup fee up front. You can see we've got 4 coaching calls a week. So 1 with a Facebook ads expert and 3 with me. In the classroom, we have training on literally everything. I mean, hundreds of hours worth of training. Day 1 through 7 course. So literally day 1, you don't know anything. To day 7, you have your first customer, you're up and running, and you're in business. Walk through every single part of the process here in this course. And yeah, so I would love to see it. If you not ready to take the next step, I did post a 9-hour video going over pretty much everything I know. So check it out.